This is the holding facility, or holding corrals, I should say, outside of the town of Beatty, but still within the Bullfrog herd management area. And this is where all the burros that have been gathered are housed temporarily and fed and watered until they're sent to the longer-term holding facility out of state. So in the Bullfrog herd management area, we are removing burros because there's primarily a public safety concern. Highway 95, US Highway 95 is the major corridor between Las Vegas and Reno, and it runs right through the town of Beatty and pretty much through the center of the Bullfrog HMA. And there are a lot of burros that tend to cross the highway and actually pose a big public safety concern for vehicles that are zooming through at highway speeds. When we did our 2017 population survey flights, we came up with 454 burros that were spending time within 5 miles of the highway. And of those, 195 were within 1 mile of the highway. The Oasis Valley, which runs through this HMA along the Highway 95 corridor, is also the hotspot for the Amargosa toad. It's a 10-mile stretch of the Amargosa River, and the toad naturally occurs here. This is the only natural habitat that the toad has. So when the animals are brought back to the holding corrals, they, at a minimum, get separated into males and females. Females get also put together with the foals. And this is for animal and human safety. If we keep the males away from the females, then the females are not at risk of being bred or otherwise harassed. And the foals are safer because they're not at risk of being, say, kicked or stepped on, that sort of thing. And that relates to our comprehensive animal welfare program, which is a big part of these gathers. In the morning, they are guiding them so that they walk single file up the ramp into the respective compartment. They close a gate inside, and then the next group of animals is ready to board in the same way. Everything is done with as little pressure as possible. There's not a big scene of a lot of noise. To get the whole group moving quickly, sometimes the contractors will wave what are called wild rags. They're simply noisemakers, and also they're not anything you want to overuse. The Bullfrog burros are headed to a facility in a place called Axtell, Utah. And this is one of the facilities that's actually contracted by the BLM. And it is not an adoption facility per se, but the burros will be prepped there. They'll be given vaccines, fed and watered, very well cared for. I expect that they would be freeze marked there as well and entered into the database so that they are ready for movement over to one of the publicly open adoption facilities where people can actually come by and pick out the burro of their choice.